into some battle pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
So we showed this off at the previous stream as well, but I just unlocked another
War of the Giants. Yeah.
And the cool thing about this is the first battle pack is very XC centric. There's a very how do you call this? It's a very combo centric deck. This one, on the other hand, is very monster heavy, like the individual monsters.
Okay.
So if you get like Truckroyd, who seems somewhat weak because it has 1,000 attack, but once you're able to combine this, did I get any like power frame, and you destroy one monster, this card becomes a beast. So things like this, oh, it's 1,800, it should be the best card. It's actually tricky. You think things like Truckroyd and tributing becomes a big deal in this set. So it actually plays a lot different from Battle Pack 1. Hence the War of the Giants was supposed to emphasize the fact that there's these huge monsters coming. And of course, this is, I didn't get any, but you actually get to play the Egyptian god cards will appear in these as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And the thing about it is we actually, with the help of with the help for the card business, the card guys,
Yeah.
they gave us the card pack breakdown individually, and they said, like, don't tell people, of course,
Yeah.
exactly how this works, but there are different ways how the pack is made and the rarity and all those things. So we put all that into account to make this so to be as accurate as possible. And, but yeah, there's a little bit of like, don't make it so obvious that we don't want people to know exactly how this works. But we did try to make it as authentic as possible.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. Well, there'd be Battle Pack 3. I would love to put in Battle Pack 3. With the time we had, we weren't able to put in Battle Pack 3, especially with the new rules where
Right.
all monsters are. So, but that is definitely something I would like to see in the game. Volcanics is probably Axel Brody. Axel Brody probably has that. Attack. So you could once again pick and choose. You can make a 40. You can make a bigger than a 40 card deck,
Right.
but you can will it down to 40 cards. And let's see here. Look at that. And I'm just putting this together really quickly. Oh, actually, Dandelion is really important. I'm gonna put that back. Sinister Serpent. I guess I don't need that one. And then, so we could actually, if you don't want to, some people don't want to play online, and some people do, but you can actually play against the AI as well. So, are there Masked Heroes that aren't DLC? Yeah, Masked Heroes came in pretty late in the cycle. As I mentioned, when we first started the project, we didn't even have pendulums yet, and most of the, well, what they would call the good Masked Heroes, the really strong Masked Heroes, we didn't even have yet. So, but we were able to get it in, but we did push him off to DLC. Is Yubel in? Definitely Yubel's in. It's hard to tell a story of GX without Yubel. And one of the, oh man, I don't want to spoil anything. The Yubel Jaden duel is one of my proudest duels that I've made. I don't want to say anything more than that, but let's just say in the actual story, oh gosh, I'm in trouble. Alright, power frame it is. Oh no, I'm in trouble. But I have Swords of Concealing Light, I should be okay. Ooh. Uh-oh. Anyway, as I keep on going, yeah, so that
was one of your proudest moments.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it's I don't want to give too much away of how it works, but it was a very strange ending to that story.
Oh, okay.
And had a lot of trouble trying to convey that as a duel because oh gosh, how do you give away without telling
Maybe
this ending of the
we should just
story?
stop. Maybe we should just stop this story here.
Let's just say I really liked how that turned out.
Okay.
There's a lot of experimenting done. It's not exact, but it's figuratively about as close as I can get to how that worked out. Oh, scapegoats.
And I do know, for those of you out there watching, Charles here has put in a lot of time. I've seen some of the Excel docs.
Yeah, once again, I'm not going to take all the credit. Of course,
Right,
the great people at Other Ocean put in tons of work.
Yeah, I'm not discounting their work by any means, but in terms of, I think in the respect of you making the battles very close to what was represented in the anime, I think you really went above and beyond. You studied those episodes. I mean, like, you know, for on the outside, as a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, people might, be like, oh, you get to watch Yu-Gi-Oh all day and play with decks all day. That is not hard, but you really went.
Well,
you really went to the nth degree to make sure that the decks played out the way they sort of do in the anime. You somehow try to make those decks work. I mean, they work in manga and anime form, but not necessarily in game form. And you had to figure that out. You know?
It's kind of a fun challenge in a way, but it's also nerve-wracking at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I've seen some of the responses online, and man, I'm really happy that we went.
Yeah.
When I was making it, I kept on saying, "What have I done?"
Right.
You know. But
what did I get myself into?
Why did I do this? But seeing people enjoy it definitely
it was worth it.
Makes then you know why you did it.
So let's see. I saw this. Timmy Blaster says this game is so slow. It's not the game that's slow. Actually, I feel that the game is a lot faster. I think it's because Charles is talking and playing at the same time.
Sorry, I'll try to concentrate a little bit on this game.
It's okay, but the game is definitely a lot faster in my opinion. You said you can set up in the options to make it so that the notifications, if you really know what you're doing, you can play through it really fast.
Yeah, so we have 3 settings. The one with a lot of notifications.
Right.
And then, but you can hold down the circle button to skip them.
Right.
Pro mode, they will actually automatically skip, but you have to press the X button at the right time to play a trap.
It's almost like a rhythm game.
It's if your reactions are even a little bit slow, you'll miss your spot.
Right.
But if you're a pro, you know what's coming up. You know what to do. So you will. And ultimately finally we have what we call the casual, I don't want to say easy mode, I think, setting, and that's for people who are a bit more new to the game and not sure when to play a trap, when not to.
Yeah.
It will give suggestions when it'll only really show up when you need to. Yeah. Cool.
So there are many ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh right now. There's an iOS, Android tablet game called Duel Generations.
World Duel Carnival is out for the 3DS.
Right.
And Millennium Duels is out for Xbox 360 and PS3.
Right.
And now Legacy of the Duelist is out for Xbox One and PS4.
So if you have any of those, you can get your Yu-Gi-Oh fix. The for me, the iOS and Android one is actually the one I am leaning towards because, I think that's the best way to learn. I don't have to actually buy a deck or anything.
Right. Well, definitely when you're starting out for the first time, the video games are definitely the way to go. There's tutorials in them.
Right.
And Legacy of the Duels goes all the way up to Pendulums.
Yeah.
and yeah.
But
Oh.
yeah, like I was gonna say, this game, however, adds so many cool new features that what was previously my number one was Dual Generations because I could learn it quite easily.
Right.
This game helps me build the decks,
Right.
helps me customize
Right.
a little bit better,
Yeah.
learn the strategies a little bit
I
more.
made this
I feel.
for you, man.
Yeah, I know. Charles was looking at me and laughing the last time I was looking at Millennium Duels. So, so if you play Millennium Duels, can you import your collection to Legacy of the Duelist? I know there's a lot of people that
No,
ask this question.
One of the things I enjoyed was the fact that you can actually when I went from Decade Duels to Millennium Duels, they were both on the same system.
Yeah.
And they've been, building up cards since then. So I made the decision to try to get them to be able to import the cards. However,
Right.
when going from Xbox 360 to Xbox One or
Right.
PS3 to PS4, unfortunately, it's a new system.
It's a new system. It's a hardware thing more than
Right.
than you guys not wanting to do it.
Right.
It's basically
We definitely looked into it.
Yeah.
That's something I did actually want to do, but at the end of the day, that was a little bit too difficult to do,
Right.
or we were still pretty new to. Oh my gosh, this guy got me. Anyway, so instead we looked into giving players as many cards as possible,
Okay.
as quickly as possible. So we increased the number of dual points that you
Okay.
get and how many cards you get, and to be doing the targeting, like you could play against players, get cards
Right.
that way, or unlock packs and they will have a theme to it, and you could start collecting cards that way as well. So that was more of our way of figuring out, like,
Right.
yeah.
So Kageboit asks, what was the hardest anime duel to make happen?
Ooh, U-Bell was a tricky one because a lot of the ones that end in a tie in the show, or those are difficult, and I think things like the combo specific ones, something like I'm trying to think. There's an Exodia one by Seeker that he cheats and like to get the Exodia pieces.
Yeah.
That one was really tricky to be like. Most of the time, Exodia cards are in your hand, so you don't
Yeah.
see it. How do I express to the player that he's kind of like cheating?
Right. Interesting.
So it's only when he actually wins by Exodia and goes, "Hey, that guy's cheating." But that's one of the trickier ones to express in cards.
Yes. Is there a way to search specific cards by name in the deck edit area of this game?
Yes.
I have not seen it. If so, yeah, we'll take a look at that right after this match. So after this match,
I'm being destroyed. I'll let
come
him.
on. I was gonna say if you win, we'll do a giveaway. But
Oh no!
maybe we're gonna have to
that's
do a
not
giveaway
happening.
regardless.
Yeah, I
If
screwed
Charles
this.
loses, we're
you
gonna
know,
have to do a giveaway.
I have to say, talking and playing at the same time is very hard, and I'm going to pop out here.
Oh
I
no.
lost. See, I got my X.
Okay.
I lost.
So
Is there a way to search?